Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So it's the weekend before Thanksgiving, and this is a big weekend for us. Typically this time of year farmers markets are over with, but our primary market, we talked them into doing a bi-weekly market. So we got farmers market today, Saturday, and then tomorrow we've got another holiday pop-up market at one of the other places that we typically do farmers markets during the season. And we're delivering our Thanksgiving turkeys this weekend. So this is one of those weekends that kind of makes or breaks your year. So we're excited to see how the weekend goes. We're praying for a good weekend. So hang out with us. Let's capture some footage from these markets. Let's see how things go. We'll get to show our setup on our small market. I don't think I've ever showed that, but we'll show how we set up in a smaller footprint. And then at the end, let's talk about how we done. And was this a good weekend for us? Did the turkeys pull us through? I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. Also, real quick, we got a big shipment of pork in yesterday. A little over 2,000 pounds. Never seen so much pig in my life. A little over 2,000 pounds of pork we picked up from our processor yesterday. So we'll show a little bit of that footage too. So a whole lot going on. Stick around with us. Let's see how our markets went, and let's look at some pork. So y'all hang out for a little bit. Sweet potato pancake.
Alright, so
no spice.
this is
Just give me a couple minutes.
a few chops,
We start at 10.
tenderloins, and some ribs. Yeah.
So it goes last.
Huh?
It goes last.
I don't think so.
All right, second market of the weekend. This is our kind of small setup, but we kind of expanded it out just a little bit. Same as the big setup, red and white tent, red and white tablecloths. Of course, you really can't see them, and then the red and white coolers. Eggs, honey, and then we've got all of the pork. As soon as the customer walks in, beef on the side, and then chicken on the side. And still using these magnetic, we call them a menu board. And we can take things off during the day. If something sells out, we sell out a andouille. We can just pull that andouille label off, stick it on the back, and then customers don't even see it, so they don't know to ask for it. Works out really good. They can come up, they can look without asking what's in the cooler. Gives them a chance to browse without feeling like they're pressured or anything at all like that. So we love these things. Again, J. Morgan Signs in Greensboro. I'll post a link to their Facebook page down below. If you're thinking about doing a market, or if you are doing a market, highly recommend these, and those guys will do them for you. Don't matter where you are, they'll fix them up and mail them to you. Jeff is a great guy. He does a lot of the signs for the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show, so he knows exactly what he's doing. Been in business since the 70s. Then again, we've got the meat market banner. Again, folks know if they come up here, we have meat. We're not the veg guys, we're not the candle guys, we're not the candy guys. This is the meat market, and then over here is our farm banner. Thought we would put the meat market up front and center, so if folks are walking by, again, they can see it and know exactly what we've got. So, second market of the weekend, done turkeys yesterday at High Point. Most folks delivered, picked up over there. Had a good day. We're going to see how the day goes here, and we'll do a recap on what the weekend numbers look like. Hoping this is ends up being a big weekend for us for the year. After Thanksgiving, things really start slowing down. We don't fire back up on markets until April. So, got to make hay while the sun's shining. So we'll see how the day goes. Hang around.
Here at the mile.
I have it in one, which is about a half a pound, and I have it in both, which is about out of pound.
Okay.
And then you can.
Okay, so that's our small setup that we used at a Sunday pop-up holiday market, which is where we had picked up that second Saturday farmers market late in the year, and then the big setup is the one that we've always done at our primary farmers market that we've done. Gosh, this was our third year being at that market over there. So those are two different setups, and you can kind of see the difference, but there's a lot of similarities. We follow a lot of the same principles between the two. Another thing I didn't mention is we had another turkey strike about a week ago. Went out one morning to do chores, had one turkey that was dead in the tractor, one that was just missing, and then we had 4 that were injured. So we had to go ahead and process those. We kept those out for friends and family. And our turkeys every year, we basically make enough money on our turkeys to be able to give some away to family and friends and for our own personal use. Thanksgiving turkeys is just not a huge money maker for us. We do make a little bit, but it's not just a big enterprise for us. So anyway, like I said earlier, big weekend for us. We needed to have a good weekend because this is kind of our last push for the year. At the end, we'll do a few deliveries and that kind of thing through the end of the year. Who knows what the virus is going to do, but this is our last big push for the year, so we needed to have a good weekend, and we feel like this was the best weekend of the year for us so far this year. So we've been extremely blessed, excited about the numbers, excited about some connections that we made over the weekend. Hopefully that will drive some sales through the rest of the year and through the winter until we can get into next spring. So let's talk about numbers. I'm going to give sort of high level numbers. We're fairly transparent here. I know we share a lot of information. I'm not going to be very, very specific on our sales, but I'll give you some numbers that you can kind of get an idea of how we done and what the weekend was like for us. So overall, 81 transactions, and again, we did do our Thanksgiving turkey delivery at our High Point market. We had some folks come by here by the farm to pick up turkeys over the weekend, so those numbers are included as well. But 81 transactions this weekend, and like I've said before, that's the payoff for us, knowing that over the course of the next couple weeks, we're going to help feed 81 families, and they're folks that trust us to provide a good quality product for them to feed their kids, and that's a good feeling for us. 81 transactions, average sale was a little bit above $50. I mean, so we had a really, really good weekend overall. So 75% of our business was done via credit card, 25% of it was cash. if I've not said it before, I'll say it now. If you are a direct to retail farm and you're selling your farm products to your customers, whether it's vegetables or whether it's whole and half cow, whatever the case may be, and you're not taking credit cards, you're leaving money on the table and you're losing sales. You need to make it easy for folks to spend their money with you. People are used to spending money via card now. Very few people even carry cash. I might have $10 on me right now. So people are used to spending money via credit card. The programs out there now are super easy to manage. They're super easy to navigate. That's what we use. We use the Square. And so it just you just got to be able to take cards. 75% of our business was card business. 25% of that was cash. Big numbers. These are what I'm going to share here now. This is gross sales in terms of dollars, not necessarily numbers of items, but dollars. Whole turkeys led the way. Whole turkeys was the highest grossing item for the weekend, followed by boneless chops, ground beef, chicken eggs, pork tenderloin, London broil, and the list just goes on and on. We sold a little bit of everything this weekend. Was really, really lucky that we picked up that pork on Friday before the weekend kicked off. A little over 2,000 pounds of pork. Has a lot of pig went in the freezer for us. So again, lots of different items sold over the weekend. I'm not going to bore you with all the specifics on what they were. I will scroll down here and tell you that poultry was the number one selling category for the weekend. A little over $2,000 worth of poultry. Pork was the next biggest selling item in terms of gross dollars. A little, over $1,200 there. Beef, we were close to $900 worth of beef, and then over $100 worth of honey and bee items. And then we did have some apple butter that we had sold that we had made in a previous video, and I'll link to that in the description down below. So again, big weekend for us, the biggest weekend of the year for us so far. It's been a great year. Our goal this year was to double what we had done in gross sales last year. We have far surpassed that number, and we've just been blessed beyond measure. And again, if it wasn't for the customers, there's no way we could have done this. And so we are just humbled that people trust us enough to help feed their families. I mean, that's what this is all about. So, but anyway, I'm going to post a link to a couple of the videos over here, some other stuff we got going on. Had a tractor breakdown today. I didn't get any footage of that, but lost the bead on a tire. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all. We appreciate y'all watching. If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks.